Hi guys, I'm so glad you could stop by today. This is Mary at Cardz TV, and Valentine's Day has come and gone. I hope it was great for all of you, but our next holiday is St. Patrick's Day. So today we're going to use the Teddy Bear Parade cartridge, one of my favorites, and the Art Philosophy, which is also a great cartridge. And I have a new stamp set for you guys. This one's called St. Patrick's Day, and it's in the store now if you'd like to check it out. And this has an Irish blessing, an Irish saying, and then some other sentiments on here. Let me read these to you. May your blessings outnumber the shamrocks that grow, and may trouble avoid you wherever you go. That's an Irish blessing. Then we have the old standby, Kiss Me, I'm Irish. Luck of the Irish, which is what we'll be using today. We'll also be using Happy St. Patrick's Day, Erin go Bragh, When Irish Eyes Are Smiling, You're My Pot of Gold, and here's one we're going to use on the inside of our card today. If you're lucky enough to be Irish, then you're lucky enough. And that's an Irish saying. And then we have Wearing of the Green and Lucky Leprechaun. So let's get started on our St. Patrick's Day card. I have some black cardstock for my card base, and I've cut this at 5.5 by 8.5, and I'm going to score it at 4 1/4. This is going to be a landscape style card, and this will be an A2 size. Let's get a nice crease on our fold, and there's our card base. To go on my black card base, I've cut this cute paper from Reminisce. It's a lighter green background with a darker green Celtic design and little black 4-leaf clovers all over it. I thought that was really cute. And I've cut this at 4 inches by 5 1/4. And we're not going to put this on yet, though. I went to the Art Philosophy cartridge because I was looking for some borders. And on page 62, under font, I found this black border that I wanted, or I cut it in black, and this is what it looks like. And I've cut 2 of these, and I cut these at 1 inch. And my plan is to put one right down here and one right here, and they're going to cross. And of course I'll trim these off because they're too long. But I'm going to go ahead and add these with my ATG gun, and then we're going to add some ribbon to these borders as well. I'll flip this over now and trim off the excess, and then we'll get our ribbon added. I've cut 2 pieces of this black and white gingham ribbon, and I've already put some ATG on the back, and I'm just going to put this one in right there and bring this around to the back and secure the other end. And I'll do the same thing with this piece. Now I've got my ribbon on the front, and we'll go ahead and use our ATG gun to get this adhered to the front of our card. Now our front's all ready, so I went back to the Art Philosophy cartridge because on page 50 I found this cute little tag, and even though this is a flower, the cutout on the tag looks like a 4-leaf clover. So I've cut this tag out at 2 inches. I cut the top out of green, and you can see it cuts the little shape of the 4-leaf clover. And I cut the back, which is this part right here, out of black. So that's going to show through, and this is going to match the paper on the front. Also, the little cutout right there, we're going to use on the inside. So I'm going to take my 2-way glue pen and get this put together, and then we're going to add some ribbon and some crochet thread on here and adhere this to the front of the card. I've got my tag adhered together, and I used some Memento Tuxedo Black ink and Luck of the Irish from my stamp set, and I've stamped that. And I've run some more of that black and white gingham ribbon through here, and I've got a piece of crochet thread, and I'm just going to tie this in a bow, and then I'll trim the ends off, and we'll adhere this to the front. Here's my little tag all finished, and I don't know if you can see it, but I ran the crochet thread through a tiny little black button before I tied it in a bow. I've got this on 2 thicknesses of foam tape, and I'm going to add it right there on the front. And then I'll show you what we're going to put on here from the Teddy Bear Parade cartridge. It's super cute. Okay, let's get our tag on. In the Teddy Bear Parade cartridge, the very first image is your little teddy bear. So I went ahead and put him together, and I cut him out at 3 1/4 inches. Then I came down in that first column. This is cut number 11, and this is the little leprechaun, and he's so cute. Here he is. I think he turned out just adorable. He's got his little green pants and little green jacket and black bow tie, and I cut his whole little leprechaun outfit also at 3 1/4 inches. And before we put him on the front of our card, I'm going to take my Clear Star Jelly Roll pen from Sakura, and I'm just going to add a little bit of glitter to this gold buckle on his hat right there. And this is super simple, and I hope you'll be able to see it when I'm done, but it adds just a little bit of sparkle and shine, but you don't get all the mess of glitter. And you don't have to wait for it to dry as long as you do stickles. So this is a good alternative. And the color still shows through. Can you see that? Let me put a little bit more on here. I want to make sure I've got it covered really well. If not, I can go back after I get him adhered down. That's looking pretty good. Now I've got him on 2 thicknesses of foam tape. And I'm going to go ahead and add him to the front. And I want to be careful and not touch that Jelly Roll pen glitter just yet. I want to let it dry really well. We're just going to add him to the front of our card. I think he's so adorable. There we go. I love the green and black together. Now I did ink around my teddy bear with some Tim Holtz Tea Dye Distress ink. Just a little bit. Now I'm going to get everything ready for the inside of our card. For the inside of the card, I've cut another piece of that green and black shamrock paper, and this is also 4 by 5 1/4, just like the front piece. I have a black mat, which is 3 1/4 by 4, and on top of that I have my sentiment mat, which is white, and it's 3 by 3 3/4. And I took this Irish saying down here, if you're lucky enough to be Irish, then you're lucky enough. And then right underneath it on my stamp block, I put Happy St. Patrick's Day, so I was able to stamp it all at the same time. I'm going to adhere all these together, get them on the inside of my card, and this little pot of gold cuts out when you cut your little teddy bear. And I took that same Stardust glitter pen and just put some over the top of that gold in that pot. I've got this on 1 thickness of foam tape, and I'm going to add that right down here. So I'm going to get all this adhered together on the inside of my card, and we'll come back and take a look at the finished card. Here's the front of my St. Patrick's Day card, and I think it turned out really cute. And you can see I took some rhinestones. These are from Studio G, and I just took some of the little tiny ones and added one to the center of the bear's bow tie, and then one in the center of each of these shamrocks. And I didn't put this one right here that was the cutout, I didn't put it on the inside. I decided I liked it better right there. So there's the front, And then here's the inside adhered down with that Irish saying, Happy St. Patrick's Day, and you have room to write your name or some other little sentiment right here. And here's that little pot of gold. There you go, guys. There's one ready for St. Patrick's Day. Thanks so much for coming by today, and I'll see you again soon. Bye now.